How's it going, guys? Welcome back. So I've got to run a few errands today, so I thought perfect opportunity to do a long time review of my Tiger 1200. What I like, dislike. So let's get riding. So there we go, just had a very well deserved breakfast. Very nice breakfast. So now I've got to go get some birdseed from my cockatiel. Now, I've probably been riding this bike for about 4 years now. I didn't really ride as much through COVID, but I rode it enough to put some miles on it. What I do like about it is I love the mirrors. They're good, they're spacious, they're metal. You know, there's not really any vibrations on it. It's comfortable. It's a very good mile muncher. You know, you can sit back, you kind of just cruise along with it. And everything else, and so it does handle corners very well. It just feels a nice sort of like lazy sort of bike, but it does have the power as when you need it. You know, you pull on the throttle and it goes. Just I say it's very quick to the beat, but it does feel it misses that excitement. Because some days, you know, you have those days where you just want to quickly get to work, you know, and it's got the power, you know, it's got that might, you know, the Tiger sort of feel to it. But I think sometimes what I do find is like if you had a bad day at work, or if you know you've been out, it's wet, it's cold, and you're not really having a good ride, it just feels a powerful tractor shortcut. You're trying to clunk for the gears, you're trying to, you know, you want to try and enjoy it, and you're missing that excitement. But I say you can proper throw it around corners as quick as you can, and it does go. And I love that, you know, I do love it, but I do want that bit more. That's what I kind of find with Tiger. I thought, that's why I kind of got a second bike. But so we put into sports mode, and what that does, that like tightens up the acceleration, and it kind of like opens it up just to, you know, gives it that. But it does feel a bit of a you know, it hasn't got that. Like throttle, you know, it's just, I mean, drop it down again, then, you know, but, it just, I don't know, it just missed that spark. You kind of want to be excited, but very hard. I say it is a great bike to just throw around and enjoy, but it needs a bit more horsepower, you know, to make it that best of a bike. Unless Triumph like brought a chain drive, which might give it a bit more horsepower, and then it might be a fantastic sort of bike. But it's just, it misses that excitement. That's what I find. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Everything else on this bike I love. You know, it's downside as well, it is a bit of a heavy bike. It is top heavy, and if you're a short ass like me, then I find it is a bit difficult trying to get in and out of the garage. But I have lowered it, so it does make it a little bit more easier, and makes it a bit more, it gives me a bit more confidence to kind of like move it around the garage and, you know, get a proper feel for it. But it is a very sort of lazy sort of bike, you know, a bike that you can actually put the miles on. But say going for the modes, sports modes, you know, it tightens up the acceleration so that it's quicker on the throttle, you know. Rain mode, the same again, rain mode does the opposite. It releases the throttle. It kind of like, so that if you actually flicked it too much in the wet weather, it will, you know, release it a bit, so it kind of like lessens the power of the Tiger. And off-road mode, I've not actually taken off-road mode, but what it does, it lowers the suspension. Because when I had it before I put the lowering kit on it, I used to ride it in off-road mode because I could touch the ground a bit better. But I say so much on here as well, and so you got comfort mode, normal and sport. And sport will stiffen up the suspension, makes it a bit more, you know, stiffer. But I tend to ride in comfort. but you got your screen adjust, and I love the screen, which is kind of what a lot of not modern adventure bikes have. I love the adjustable screen. But fuel range, I tend to get about 230, depending how I ride, I suppose. I say on the like normal general day, I'll probably get about 200, but long distance, say 230. So I mean, there's a lot of things I used to do with Tiger when I first bought it. I used to take it shopping, which is I'm going to do in a bit. And so I used to fill up the panniers, like 2 bags for the shopping, and like get full day's work. I said it does have a lot of power, but it's not like when I first rode it. I love that buzz, but I think I want to get that buzz. I'm almost there, and then it just like you drop on the throttle, and then you're like, you know, you almost get the buzz. Just it needs a bit more, you know. I say the BMW that got top speeds really quick, and I love that buzz, but I want a bit more. But so the Tiger, it's a great bike. It is a great bike for touring. You know, you could commute on it, but I don't know. I think for me, I got a bit bored. I got a bit bored commuting on it because it's just a bit of a heavy bike to go back and forth to work on. Where for the Tiger, it's great for, you know, you got your cruise control. You press the button there, and you know, and it's great. You can let go of it and enjoy. But I mean, I might have to test ride the new Tiger 1200s, but I do want a bit more. And I say the only thing is like Tiger is more aimed at like the older generation, I find, because say since I bought the Tiger, you know, everyone that owns a Tiger 1200 is older than like me, because I'm only 27 now. And yeah, I don't get it, you know. It's so what else can I say about it? So the heated grips, you know, the heated grips does get really hot. Now you can add a heated seat onto it, which I haven't, but I know longer time you ride it, you get a hot ass anyway because of the engine, so you can really feel the proper heat. I don't know what it would be like when you're in Italy, because if you feel the heat of that, and then also the heat of your bike, that's a hot bike, you know, that's very hot. But I feel like this bike does miss like a quick shifter. I don't know if it'll make it any difference, because say because it's a high torque, and that's another thing I like about this bike, because of high torque you can pull away in any gear. So if you're on dual carriageway and you're trying to overtake someone, you're in 60, open the throttle and you can overtake. You know, it's so easy to overtake. That's what I say, it's just a nice easy bike. So I don't know if sort of bike I would want to take off-roading. I mean, I've seen people take it off-road and they handle it very well, but me, I mean, it, you know, you rock it side to side and you can feel that weight. I do want to try the BMW GS and compare it, because I know a lot of people say that's a nice easy bike, but I don't know, do I want something easy? I don't know. I mean, I want something that can kind of challenge me, you know, kind of give that buzz, and always, like, if you flick of the wrist, you always got power, you know. I mean, the bike is very quick at pulling away, very quick, but it's not quick enough, you know. Like I said, it does handle really well on these twisties. I say it's so light on the front that you wouldn't expect it. I mean, I think when you get the sun in the air and the mood's right, it's a great bike, you know. And I know I keep repeating myself a lot in all my videos, but I really can't express it enough about a lot of things, really. Now, the only thing I do find about this bike, it's very smooth on the throttle, but it's very clunky, like changing gears and everything else. I think this is when it could do with a quick shifter, and I think you can actually add it as an option extra to the bike. I think on the XRT it's already on there, where this is the XRX, and it's a cheaper version of the XRT, because the XRT has the big touring screen, quick shifter, and then the follow me lights, so when you go around the corner the lights will light up the road as you go around, where this one is you know, a little bit cheaper, but still I like it. I mean, it feels a bit too late to get a quick shifter now, because I'm already starting to think about changing my bike. So, but there is a lot of great things about this bike if you're much older and you do want a bit of an easier bike, you know, the comfort, you like the adventure sort of style, you like being upright, and that's about it really, yeah. So yeah, well, there's only a few changes actually made to it. So I got the LED fog lights on there. Let's switch them on. I think it'd look alright. So I didn't really want to pay 200 whatever quid it was to, for the original, trunk fog lights, because they're very like big and it's about. I thought these only 3 lights. I think they're about 15 quid each, or as a set. But other than that, it's a great all-round sort of bike. I mean, if you're tall enough. I mean, it handles very well. It sounds alright. I mean, you can change the exhaust and anything else, and you can even put a lowering kit on it. But that's about it, really. So yeah. Anyway, like it, subscribe it, and stay tuned for the next one.